G'day guys, I just had the 10,000 kilometre service on the CF Moto 450 MT and I noticed that they didn't check the spark plugs as they're supposed to according to the maintenance schedule in the owner's manual. So I thought, well, I might throw some new plugs in it myself. So I've bought some new NGK plugs to go in it. And I mean, these plugs are working fine, these Chinese plugs, but it's just a bit of preventative maintenance. I don't know how good they are, but I know NGK are good. I've used them for close to 50 years. So I'll show a few steps required to pull the bike apart to get to the plugs. Looks like it's going to be quite a bit of work. We'll see how we go. Okay, first step is to use a T30 Torx, a screwdriver, whatever you want to call it. Remove all of these, 6 of those, on both sides of that outer fairing. These are a prick of a thing to get off. There's a Phillips head screw there that has to come out, and then with much levering and stuff behind it, careful levering. See where I had to resort to spraying WD-40 on to get a bit of lubrication on those fittings. Eventually got it off. You need a 14mm spanner to get the nut off the back of the indicator. It unclips easily from its position there. Away you go. You've got to carefully get a screwdriver down here behind them and pop all them out. I'll be putting WD-40 on them when I put it back together, that's for sure. It's a lot harder than it should be. So it's a 5mm Allen key to get those out, 4mm Allen key to get those out. I'm hoping those little things there should pop out fairly easily. Incidentally, it's interesting that the spark plugs are supposed to be inspected at 10,000 kilometres. I doubt many mechanics do that because it's probably a 2-hour job to pull it apart. So unless you're getting charged $300 or $400, maybe $500 for your $10,000 service, I'd say they don't check your spark plugs. Removing these can be easy if you've got a set of these. And when you know it, I can't find the one that I need. There's one, a small one to fit this, and I couldn't find it, so I've had to use a screwdriver on them. Do yourself a favour, go down to your local auto shop and buy a set of these. And use the smallest one, which, as I said, isn't there because I can't find the bloody thing. I just left a rag in the petrol hole there. Okay, so 5mm Allen key to get these off on both sides. It looks like similar size for that one, I'd say, as well. I've loosened my crash bars there. Took that bolt right out. Loosen that lower one. I think I've got enough space to be able to pull the tank up without taking the crash bars right off. Hopefully without taking these side panels right off as well. I'm trying to reduce the work. It may or may not work. We shall see. Crash bar had to come right off. There's a couple of press fittings you've got to prise off. One up underneath, I think there was a screw there. It wasn't too bad. A couple of electrical fittings to pop off. Anyway, that's one side done. This pair are hard at work. Yeah, those a couple of those Phillips heads there were really tight. Had to use an impact driver on them to get them out. Anyway, yeah, so they're Phillips heads, and then you need the 5mm Allen key to get that the bottom radiator mount bolts out. As I said, the 5mm. Chooks are coming in for a look now. Undo that one. I think there's one up there. Yeah, there's one there as well. And then as long as we've got those inner radiator guards off, those guards there, get them loose, and T-bolts out of there, it pretty much clips off. One more bolt up under there, in there. 5mm Allen key. Look at this. I didn't put them there. They just jumped up. A couple of electrical connectors you just got to disconnect from the tank. I can't remember which ones they were. Hoses to take off. A couple of spots. And off she comes. There's a lot of dirt and crap hanging around there, which I'm worried is going to get down in the spark plug holes. So I'm just going to blow it off with a bit of compressed air. Doesn't seem to do much. And whether to wash it or not. Okay, so So there's your original Torch brand spark plug, and that's the NGK there. Specifications say that the spark plug gap needs to be 0.8 of a millimetre to 1 millimetre, so I've got a close enough to a 0.9 millimetre feeler gauge there and gapped them. Bit of never sees on the threads, which I always do on these deeply recessed heads, and yeah, reassemble. So I thought while it's apart, I might as well lubricate the throttle cables. I don't know if you've seen these Motion Pro lubers, they're just brilliant. I just use chain lube, I don't have any cable lube. And yes, I do have one of these, but I think the Motion Pro is a better unit. They work far better than those other ones. So these are the plugs that I've replaced the standard Chinese plugs with. NGK Laser Iridium, bit of a wank if you ask me, but anyway, that's what I've found and what I'm putting in them. These are your standard plugs there. Torch brand, I don't know how good they are. Wasn't willing to take the risk. Interestingly, look how much the bottom of that thread is burnt on the plug. It must project down into the combustion chamber further than it needs to. Strange. Obviously it doesn't hit the top of the piston. Yeah, so they're the ones you need if you want to replace the plugs. It's a big job pulling all that fairing and stuff off. It's way more complicated than it needs to be. But anyway, we got there. I had no bolts left over at the end, so there's a positive. Enjoy your ride.